when I started working on my first book on maps of meaning, I was trying to solve a problem. And the problem was, it was the problem of the Auschwitz Guard, I suppose. How could you be like that? And the problem I was addressing was, how could I be like that? And then understanding that, let's say, then what could be done about it so it was less likely to occur? And my conclusion from that was, well, it was a conclusion that was mostly psychological and aimed at the individuals. It's necessary for us to recognize our capacity for evil, to deeply recognize that, and to become better people. We're too powerful to not be better. And I read this paper by Carl Jung years ago called The Relations between the ego and the unconscious, and he talked about exactly this phenomenon, and he wrote extremely lucidly and carefully about the danger of over-identifying with, let's say, religious ideas. So people come and listen to me lecture, and so then the question is, well, who are they listening to? Well, in some sense they're listening to me because there I am, but in some sense they're not. I'm the embodiment of a set of ideas, just as we all are. We're all embodiments of sets of ideas, and those ideas aren't mine. They're the collective ideas of the human race in some sense, and to the degree that I can articulate them properly for this time and place, to the degree that I can be wise in my generation, a biblical phrase, a very astute biblical phrase, then I can communicate those ideas to myself and to other people, but I don't want to be mistaken for their source. I'm not their source, and I'm very aware of that, and I do what I can to make that clear to myself, and my family helps me out with that a lot. They understand the danger as well, and I mean, there's danger to me in this as well. I mean, I think I've been very ill for quite a long time, and it's not obvious why, but I think one of the sources was that I just was overwhelmed by insight into misery. I saw so many people that were so, well, grateful is part of it to me in the manner that I just described. But it's very affecting when that happens. It's not trivial. It's not a trivial experience, especially when it happens thousands of times. I mean, I had somebody called me this week. He just got my number sort of randomly, and he said, "Who is this?" I answered the phone. He said, "Who is this?" I said, no, who is this? Since he was calling me. And he said, he told me his name. He said, "Are you Dr. Peterson?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Really?" And I said, yes, really. And he just burst into tears, and he just sobbed for 5 minutes uncontrollably, apologizing. And then he said his grandmother had died, and his mother, and that he had become suicidal, and that my lectures, he'd watched a lot of them, and that had helped him, guide him through that. And well, I've seen a lot of that, and that's dangerous. It's dangerous. I'm not unhappy about it. I'm not unhappy about it. It's an honor to be able to help people. Really, it's a privilege. And I'm thrilled that that's what's happening. But by the same token, it's a lot to see. I have to be very careful to see all that and to be able to handle it. And it's very dangerous, because if I make a mistake of any sort, I'm in so much trouble. So I have to walk very carefully.